Translation or protein synthesis. Translation, it is the process of polymerization of amino acids to form a polypeptide based on the sequence of codons in mRNA. It takes place in ribosomes. Ribosomes is consist of structural RNAs and about 80 types of proteins. Ribosomes, they are also act as a catalyst for the formation of peptide bond. There are different steps in translation. First, charging of tRNA, then initiation, elongation and termination. So first, it is charging or amino acylation of tRNA. It is the formation of peptide bond, needs energy and it is obtained from ATP. As you can observe in the figure, for this first amino acids they are activated. That means amino acids plus ATP. You can observe in the first, and in the second you can observe that they link to their cognate tRNA in the presence of amino acid tRNA synthesis, and then the tRNA it becomes charged, as you can observe in the third figure. Then second step, it is initiation. As you can observe in the figure, there are two small subunit and large subunit. So small subunit of ribosome as bind to the mRNA at the start codon. As you can observe in the first figure below, small subunit of ribosome is there. It binds to the mRNA at the start codon, that is AUG. And now large subunit, it binds to the small subunit to form initiation complex. So in the second figure you can observe it is initiation complex when the large and small subunit of ribosomes they bind together. This large subunit it consists of amino acid tRNA binding site, that is A site, and peptidyl site, that is P site, as you can observe in the figure. The initiator tRNA it carries methionine, binds to the P site. Initiator tRNA is there, methionine, as you can observe blue purple structure, that is methionine, it is bind with the P site, blue colored structure. Its anticodon, that is UAC, recognize the start codon AUG. Then third, it is elongation. Second amino acid tRNA binds to the A site of the ribosomes. Its anticodon binds to the second codon on the mRNA and a peptide bond is formed between first and second amino acid, that is present of the peptidyl transferase. First amino acid and its tRNA they are broken. After that tRNA it is removed from the P site. So you can observe in this structure. Second tRNA from A site it is pulled to the P site along with the mRNA, and now this is known as translocation. Why? Because first tRNA removed from the P site and second tRNA from the A site it is pulled to the along with the mRNA. So it is known as translocation. These processes are repeated for other codons in mRNA. During translocation, ribosomes they moves from codon to codon. Then termination process. When a release factor is there, it is bind to this stop codon. As you can observe that yellow colored structure, it is release factor, it is bind to this stop codon. And then the translation terminates when the release factor it is bind to the stop codon. Stop codon it is UAG, UAA and UGA. Then the polypeptide and tRNA it is released from the ribosome. So second it is release factor, it is promotes hydrolysis. As a result, polypeptide and tRNA are released from the ribosome. Then the ribosome dissociated into large and small subunit. A group of ribosomes they are associated with single mRNA for translation is called polyribosomes or polysomes. So polysomes are what? A group of ribosomes that are associated with the single mRNA for translation. It is polysome. As you can observe in the figure, polyribosomes are there. They are associated with that single mRNA. An mRNA has additional sequences that are not translated. That means untranslated region or UTR, because they are not translated. UTR are present at both 5' end before start codon and at 3' end after the stop codon. They are required for efficient translation processes, that are UTR, untranslated region. Regulation of gene expression. In eukaryotes, gene expression occurs in the following levels. First, there is transcriptional level, that is the formation of primary transcript. Then processing level, that is splicing and capping. Then transport of mRNA from nucleus to the cytoplasm. And then translational level, that is formation of polypeptide. In the figure, you can observe similar 4 steps. The metabolic, physiological and environmental condition, it regulates the gene expression. For example, in E. coli, the beta galactosidase enzyme, it hydrolyzes the lactose into galactose and glucose. So in the absence of lactose, the synthesis of beta galactoside stops. If lactose is not there, then it cannot hydrolyze the lactose into galactose and glucose. The development and differentiation of embryo into adult are a result of expression of several set of genes. If a substrate is added to growth medium of bacteria, a set of genes is switched on to metabolize it, and it is known as induction. When a metabolite, that is product, is added, the genes to produce are turned off, and this is called repressions. With the help of this, we can understand the Lake-Operon model. This is the Lake-Operon model. Each metabolic reaction, it is controlled by a set of genes. And all the genes regulating a metabolic reaction, it constitute a operon. For example, Lake-Operon, Trap-Operon, Ara-Operon, Heiss-Operon, Well-Operon, etc. What is Lake-Operon? So Lake-Operon is the operon that controlling lactose metabolism. That is why it is known as Lake-Operon. In this, a polycistronic structural gene, it is regulated by a common promoter and a regulatory gene. As you can observe in this structure, regulatory gene and structural genes are there. Promoter and operator is there. And you can observe that operon, it is the proposed by Francois Jacob and Jacob Monod. They were first to illustrate a transcriptionally regulated system. See. Lake-Operon is there. It consists of a regulatory or initiator gene. First, that is codes for repressor protein. Then 3 types of structural gene are there. That is Z gene, Y gene and A gene. Then there is an operator region. Genes in the operon function together in the same or related metabolic pathway. Then there is Z gene. It is codes for beta galactosidase. It hydrolyzes lactose to galactose and glucose. Then there is Y gene. It is codes for permeases. It increases permeability of the cells to that beta galactosidase, that is lactose. Then there is A gene and it is code for transacetylase. See, lactose, it is inducer, right, in this. So if there is no lactose, that is inducer. then Lake operon remains switch off. Why? Because there is no lactose. So the regulator gene, it synthesizes mRNA to produces the repressor protein, and this protein binds to the operator region. See, this is the absence of inducer, that means absence of lactose. So you can observe in the figure that repressor protein is there, and that blue colored protein, it is bind to the operator region. It is yellow colored operator region and blocks the RNA polymerase movement. So RNA polymerase cannot move. So the structural genes, they are not expressed. So this repressor protein, it binds to the operator, preventing transcription of Lake operon, and as a result, structural genes are not expressed. So this is the situation in this absence of inducer. Then, if inducer is present, so if lactose is present, that means inducer is provided in the growth medium, then the lactose is transported into the E. coli cells by the action of permease. Lactose, it is bind with the repressor protein. So repressor protein cannot bind to that operator gene. Now the operator region, it becomes free and it induces RNA polymerase to bind with that promoter gene, and then the transcription again gets start. Glucose and galactose, it cannot act as the inducers for Lake operon. In the second situation, when the inducer is present, that is the lactose is provided in the growth medium, the lactose is transported into the E. coli cells by the action of permeases enzyme. So this lactose, that is inducer, as you can observe in this structure, it binds with the repressor protein. It does not bind to the operator. So repressor protein cannot bind to the operator gene. The operator region, it becomes free and it induces the RNA polymerase to bind with promoter gene. Then transcription start. Glucose or galactose, it cannot act as inducers for the Lake operon. And this regulation of Lake operon by repressor, it is known as negative regulation. Lake operon is under the control of this positive regulation as well.